The thing with targeting Ancient Mommy's bans, though, is I feel like, unless you're gonna pick off his Rengar, or not Rengar, excuse me, J4 as well. If you're gonna go you have to go 3 or 4 bans deep onto Ancient Mommy to really hash out his champion pool. While he is definitely most comfortable on champs like Elise and J4, I feel like the drop off is pretty minimal to his backup picks as well. So we'll see if it ends up working out for him here. But
yep, Set also picked off from the side of Iron Dragon, looking to keep that Uber tank off the field, and JuliaDuck picking off the LeBlanc, kind of targeting I'm Candy here a little bit. I'm Candy popping off on LeBlanc a couple times this last season. Darius, the first pick for Iron Dragon, looking for that tanky top lane. Nope.
Draven being hovered.
Where did we go? Is a Draven main, so this could most certainly just be him solidifying his position in this game, wanting to force them to have to play around his hyper-aggressive bot lane tendencies. Vitalize hovering this Aatrox here.
Quick lock-in by Ancient Mommy.
That's a very fast Trundle. Yeah, and Aphelios. Now, I know that Lai Lu tends to enjoy playing Aphelios, so not a surprise there. Definitely kind of sticking to some comfort picks on both sides, from what I can tell.
Yeah, actually, in my interview I had with Lai Lu, he was telling me that he feels like it's a win condition if he can pick up Aphelios. So, some pretty confident words there.
Akali picked up for the side of JuliaDuck here, looking for a very bursty team comp. We'll see how it plays out. Now, I did spend quite a bit of time with Where Did We Go yesterday, and their entire strategy for gameplay is focused on winning in under 20 minutes.
Oh, really?
And
it's quite the aggressive strategy.
Yeah, and to kind of facilitate that, they're banning out this Leona, something that's going to slow down engages, make it less explosive. So I can definitely understand that their pick ban strategy is definitely revolving around that sub 20-minute strategy.
We also see this Yuumi ban coming in. Definitely, I definitely agree with this ban. Yuumi has been terrorizing my solo queue games for sure, and I don't know about anybody else, but quite difficult to deal with, especially in a team-oriented situation. So,
absolutely. Orianna picked off from JuliaDuck, and Lulu picked off from the side of Iron Dragon. These bans rounding us out and looking really solid. Nabi picked up. It's another aggressive bot laner like me. Their strategy seems to be focused around. We'll see what the response is from Iron Dragon here, as the bot lane is locked in for JuliaDuck.
Yeah, Iron Dragon's still probably going to lock in a support, unless this is a support Trundle, which we have seen. We did see in the preseason tournament. But it looks like mid lane will be picked up here first.
There's Thresh. Now, see, I was about to recommend this. Thresh feels super solid in this matchup here. Help to protect ADC. Oh, maybe not. Laltu Chess taking us on a tease. Yep, locking in the Thresh there. Going
definitely
to do
one
great
of
things.
Definitely one of Dreamlover's more confident champions. So it's good to see him on that. If you're Iron Dragon.
Ooh, I just realized that the bear was left open.
Oh. Now Volibear does have a low win rate right now, theoretically. Oh, but it will be switched here to Kindred.
Okay, that's not something you see every day.
Yeah, Kindred is one of those champions that, if in the right hands, is a very oppressive jungler. So it'll be interesting to see if Vitalize is ready for the challenge here to take control of this game early on.
Once again, JuliaDuck's entire team comp seems to be focused around this incredibly aggro strategy. We'll see if it plays off for them, as Iron Dragon tends to be the more macro-based team. If they can stall the game long enough, I think they'll put themselves in a very strong position to beat JuliaDuck here.
I'm still very intrigued by this Trundle pickup for Iron Dragon. We haven't seen Ancient Mommy play a lot of Trundle at all, and he still had his J4 pick open, his Gragas pick open. He had a lot of more of his usual champs to pick up. So I'm just intrigued by this Trundle lock-in here.
Well, it was wide open for him to select. The only band targeting towards him was the Elise, so obviously he feels confident in this choice. We'll see if he makes it work.
And the other thing to keep in mind about the Trundle too is he locked it in pretty early on in the draft, and JuliaDuck did not proceed to select any tanky champions for the rest of Champion Select. So the tankiest member on the team for Trundle 2 ult will be Aatrox. So
yeah,
good job on the side of JuliaDuck to keep that in mind. I'm guessing they must have kept that in mind in the remainder of the draft because it's quite squishy there.
Now, there is a couple little bit of secrets that I've been made privy to for this game in particular. Apparently, JuliaDuck has never played as a 5-man.
They're just hitting the rift fresh.
They're hitting it fresh. No real pre-planning other than like a little bit of cursory research on their enemy team, and yeah, they're confident in their win, or at least Where Did We Go was most certainly confident last night when he was nice enough to grace us with a brief interview.
Yeah, I mean, JuliaDuck definitely at least did some homework on their team. They did attempt to pick off some of Ancient Mommy's champ pool with the Elise. Candy, for any of you guys who missed it, I'm Candy was absolutely destructive on LeBlanc in the preseason tournament. So definitely just nipping that in the bud also by banning her out.
Yeah, didn't he have like an overall KDR across the preseason tournament of like 43-2?
It was something ridiculous. He played LeBlanc quite well, and he capped it off in the finals with the Cinder game. It was a pretty solid performance as well. So definitely looking to see another strong performance from him here to kick off the season. Lai Jialu, also in the interview I had with him, was telling me that he's always able to he feels very confident in Candy's abilities to just keep control of the lane. So definitely see, especially on Twisted Fate here, very rotating, high influencing champion here. Very, very good in the hands of a skilled player. So I'm also intrigued to see the Twisted Fate gameplay coming out here.
Yep. Now, here's a curious moment. I'm interested to see if Iron Dragon is going to continue their Season 1 tendency of no skins. Oh, they've got 2 skins this time.
I got 2 skins.
2 whole skins. That's a 1 skin average improvement over the last season.
And the OG members from their last Season 1 roster, Ancient Mommy and Alta Chest Dream Lover, don't have skins, so they're staying true. Staying true.
Keeping the tradition alive. Well, as we load into the rift, things are about to get wild. Let's see. I'm genuinely curious. What do you think the over-under is on an invade?
Invade? We could see an invade on the side of Iron Dragon here. Let's see what they do. We know you're a fan of those early skirmishes, as we do see multiple members. Let me restate that. All members of Iron Dragon now grouping up on the bot side here.
Oh, absolutely. Like see, these boys know how to please a man. They know that I love my level 1 fights. Oh, please do.
And not amazing defense here on this level 1 from JuliaDuck, so they might end up pulling something off.
They're sneaking in. They haven't been seen yet.
Now, Vitalize is probably going to start red. Yeah, he's pathing towards red side, so not going to be a huge confrontation here, but there was no ward placed that has spotted out Iron Dragon, which they might walk over now in this dot bush, but...
Yeah, they're going to walk over this ward here. No harm, no foul, no level 1 fight, which is disappointing, but...
I'm a little surprised at the lackluster defense of the jungle, though, for on the side of JuliaDuck. If Iron Dragon had decided to just stay in there and take it out, it's possible no one walks over the dot bush and maybe goes unseen.
Well, both junglers starting top side here. If we're going to lane.
That's not something you see as often. It's definitely both junglers starting on top side jungles.
Alright, well, I don't know about you, but I am probably going to keep my eyes toward this bot lane, as I know for a fact Where Do We Go is an incredibly aggressive bot laner.
Especially on this Draven. Could see some early sparks flying. Both junglers now on the bot side of the map.
Yeah. Something curious here. It appears that Nami went Relic Shield to start.
Not Spell Thieves.
Not Spell Thieves, like I would... Oh, Hook lands into the flay. Where do we go? Taking a lot of damage here. Lai Jai Lu putting in some work, but Vitalize is here in this bot lane. Came in pretty undetected. Ain't Your Mommy is also hovering around bot lane. We're probably going to have a good old fight down here soon enough.
Able to sneak in here.
Vitalize... Both junglers hovering. Both junglers looking to leave, but Dream Lover caught out, has to flash away. Vitalize stay a little bit longer. That flay may have just killed him. Super unfortunate.
Yeah, Ain't Your Mommy backed off just at the wrong time there. Was hovering in the tri-bush, but walked away just before that engage came through from Vitalize, so... See some more action in this bot lane. Where did we go? Getting huge chunk damages there on Delay. So unfortunate little turn of events there for Iron Dragon. Ain't Your Mommy was in a pretty solid position there for a solid counter gank, but just did not quite stick around long enough.
Yeah, just a matter of a slight difference in the level of patience of the two junglers. Vitalize staying just a hair longer than Dream Lover, or not Dream Lover, but Ain't Your Mommy, and therefore getting the gank. Meanwhile, top side, Hacksaw is super low.
Flash being forced out there. That'd be a flash for Flash as Eus popped the flash earlier on in the skirmish. But Hacksaw now looking pretty low despite being up 8 CS. And speaking of CS differences, Lai Zhao is actually up 10 CS already. Make that 11 on Where Did We Go here in the bot lane.
Yeah. Both supports utilizing their relic items very effectively. Oh, top lane, we had a death. Yes, managing to pick off Hacksaw on that Darius. Looking to pick up a second kill as Ain't Your Mommy is overstaying just a little bit here.
That's a big wave.
TP is used.
Yeah, we'll be caught because TP is available on Hacksaw, so...
Oh, Hacksaw looking for the rematch as fast as possible. I don't think he wants that fight, though.
Yeah, he was down a level for that entire skirmish. Just hit level 5 now, but...
Oh, Vitalize hovering here. Pink ward goes down. Hacksaw could be in very real danger here.
It's like he's pushing out this wave. And his flash is down, so this could be very bad for the top lane of Iron Dragon.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Come on. Come on,
Don't,
read the situation.
don't do it, buddy. Oh, God.
Hacksaw's going to die here in
For sure.
just a second. Oh, super unfortunate. Meanwhile, bot lane. Where did we go? Picking up a kill.
I blink, and now it's 0-4 in favor of JuliaDuck. And this is these were the questions we were asking: was JuliaDuck going to have what it takes to take down the defending champions? And it's looking like they're starting off pretty strong here.
Yeah, JuliaDuck or members of JuliaDuck informed me that their entire strategy for winning is off of sheer mechanics, not team play. And it looks like they're trying to show it off. Hey, your mommy going in aggressive. Another day is going to eventually fall, but so is Ain't Your Mommy. I'm Candy trying to pick up another kill, but isn't going to be able to damage Vitalize nearly enough.
Vitalize now 3-0 on this Kindred, and Snowball on Kindred is quite difficult to deal with, especially if you are behind it all in the jungle, which Ain't Your Mommy isn't quite behind in CS or XP at this point, but actually he's a level down, but could be difficult to play into.
Of note, while there is a minion difference down bot lane, Elijah Lewis. Oh, meanwhile, big fight top lane. Yes is looking to punish this this Darius. But while there is a minion difference down bot lane, like I was trying to say earlier, the gold is still very much in favor of Draven here. Meanwhile, mid lane, got another fight going on. Gold card lands down. Ain't Your Mommy looking to pick up the kill here. Another day eventually falling to that burn.
Yeah, Flash was unavailable there on Another Days, and that red buff coming in clutch. So the one place where good things have been happening on the side of Iron Dragon is around this mid lane. That's back to a little bit of what we were talking about before the match. And we do see Vitalize maybe mid lane. I guess he's going to head towards
top lane.
jungle.
We have another death coming in. Yes, is a monster of a 1v1 duelist here.
Vitalize going deep as well into the jungle of Ain't Your Mommy, pushing him out of his own blue side. And that's where it gets really difficult to play into a Kindred at all as certain junglers, but especially a Kindred that has a solid lead can be quite difficult to even get in your own jungle.
Snowballing champion. Oh, bot lane, we had a fight go on that we all missed. Draven,
the pull card.
Where do we go? Eventually falling. And on top of that, Astral eventually falling too, as I'm Candy ults down towards bot lane to make sure that kill happens.
Yeah, Candy's going to be giving up a turret play here to Another DayZ, but pretty solid ultimate there to come down bot lane and cut off Astral and securing that extra kill.
Meanwhile, top lane, looking for a fight here. Haxel in very real danger. Vitalize coming in. Haxel having to flash out to stay alive.
Yeah, Flash was available there, but won't be available for another 5 minutes, so definitely not going to be quite so lucky the next time around. But the goal lead is now back to a manageable amount, only down about a little over 1k. Iron Dragon definitely stabilizing the situation.
Yeah. Iron Dragon doing what they do best, playing that macro game. Picking up Dragon here. Getting some extra tank stats for its members. But Vitalize looking to pick off Herald here. Drake versus Herald this early in the game. Herald definitely taking more priority over the Drake. If used effectively, it represents a lot of gold for the team.
Yeah, smart play by Vitalize here. He pushed Ain't Your Mommy out of his blue side jungle, meaning he's probably going to reset and head bot side, so a pretty good opportunity just to pick up this Herald. And as you are saying, those early Heralds before turret plating falls are extra value, so...
Well, the Rift is falling quiet. Meanwhile, bot lane have a massive fight going on. Elijah Lu eating a massive amount of damage here. Where do we go? Getting picked off by Dreamlover, though. Very good thresh mechanics, just a little bit too late. Elijah Lu paying for that kill with his life. Ended up being a 1-for-1, though. However, the kill went to the Draven versus the support. Ooh. Thresh's hook landing just to the side of the enemy team.
Yeah, play was definitely worth for JuliaDuck on the bot side, but what a beautiful hook that was. Style points. Evening up that trade.
Meanwhile, gold is starting to creep a little bit more into the favor of Team JuliaDuck.
Yeah, just about a 2,000 gold lead now, incrementally larger. One thing to keep in mind here is Laijalu has been able to just keep CSing at a pretty good pace here. Still has a mild advantage of where we go. All we need to keep an eye on Vitalize coming in here.
Yeah, Vitalize really doing a great job of countering the aggressive and all-invasive pressure of Ain't Your Mommy's typical jungle play.
Yeah, and when you get behind in the jungle versus, especially another kill on the top side there, on for use. But when you get behind in the jungle against an aggressive jungler, it really impacts your ability to have influence, and we're definitely seeing that here. Herald being dropped. Pick up some fatty plates here on the bot side.
Yep, 3 down bot lane. Elijah, Lu, and Dreamlover going to have to try hard to stay alive here. As the enemy team is kind of positioning to dive them a little bit. However, the call will be called off, and another DayZ will move back to his mid lane.
Laijalu's still just farming up quite well. He was talking very confidently about his Aphelios gameplay. I'll be interested to see if once he scales up a little bit and gets some items, if he's going to be able to have a huge impact here in this game. Because the scaling on the side of JuliaDuck is not great. So
yeah,
Aphelios scales quite well.
Their strategy definitely focusing more around winning early and winning fast.
So while Iron Dragon is definitely down a little bit here and are a little bit on the back foot, especially with the aggressive jungling from Vitalize, definitely not over.
Oh, another death up top lane incoming.
Hacksaw.
Yes is an absolute monster up here.
Yeah, 4-0 on this Aatrox. Now up a pretty sizable CS advantage, being able to deny Hacksaw pretty effectively at this point. Yeah, in the mid and bot lane, things are pretty even, honestly. The jungle has an advantage. It's been able to impact the map in different lanes slightly, but really top side here is the huge difference with this big lead for JuliaDuck. Now, JuliaDuck is on the top side of the map here, and Dragon has just spawned in. Could be a pretty good opportunity for Iron Dragon to take their second Drake. If they do pull the trigger, it looks like they are.
Yeah, Iron Dragon not one to miss opportunities like this. If given the chance, they're going to go for it. However, JuliaDuck coming in, giving up on the contest.
Yeah, 5 members actually bot side here, ready for a potential team fight. Hacksaw was stuck on this top side. TP was available.
Oh no, that's a dead Thresh. That's just a dead Thresh.
Yes, unstoppable. 5-0, catching out all the chess.
For Dreamlover, that's all I got to say. As a support main, I feel your pain right there, buddy.
But that misrotation on the side of JuliaDuck for that second Drake will give Iron Dragon a 2-0 Drake advantage, despite this deficit.
Twisted Fate ult going down, engages onto Astral, who's just going to heal off the damage. I'm Candy getting popped up by the Nami ult. Has to Hourglass, lots of damage going down. Another day Z eating a ton of damage, will eventually fall. And your mommy looking to fight this out, picks up the where did we go? Where did we go is eating more damage. But there's the ult from the Lamb. As more damage will fall off, Vitalize eventually picking up the kill. Things happening left and right. Vitalize slowly knocking down Dreamlover. Dreamlover going to die. Where do we go? Not dying throughout that entire fight. Able to just do damage on top of damage. That was super unfortunate. That was probably the best Kindred ult I have ever seen.
Yes, Vitalize played that fight so well. They were winning early on. Was forced to run back a little bit, but when Aatrox came back around and when the TP came in from Akali, they did such a great job of just cutting that out. And like as you said, great Kindred ult and just super well played all around by Vitalize there, and gets himself a triple kill for it.
Absolutely. As the gold slowly starts to creep further and further away, up almost up 5K now. Dreamlover doing his best to clear out some wards and protect his jungle from the enemy vision. Kind of a scary position, not a whole lot of like vision elsewhere, so runs the risk of being caught. However, the enemy team is nowhere to be seen, and he will get away scotch-free. Well, I say that, but he will be spotted by Astral here. Meanwhile, looks like there's a lane swap from the side of JuliaDuck. Yeas, coming mid to challenge I'm Candy.
And that was another great TF ult we saw there to come down onto Astral again on the bot side in the last team fight. He's definitely kept his eyes open for those impactful plays. Didn't quite work out for them in the end, but it was just great team fighting, honestly, by the side of JuliaDuck. So,
oh, there are a lot of JuliaDucks in the mid lane. Iron Dragon slow to the rotate. Elijah Lu going to take the lantern to get back into proper position to defend. But Yes is still here and still very scary.
Yeah, definitely a sufficient amount of wave clear on the side of Iron Dragon. So I'm not really sure if JuliaDuck really is going to be able to do much as sieging mid lane. Especially at this still pretty early state of the game. And Dragon's not up for another minute and 15 seconds, so probably just going to see them head back out to the side lanes and play 3 lanes.
Hexaw here, maybe looking for a fight. I don't know if he can beat that Akali. Definitely just needs to focus on farming up and getting back into this game after a rather unfortunate laning phase.
Second Herald now being taken down by JuliaDuck. We'll be there.
I'll be honest, I didn't realize we were less than 20 minutes in. This game is so intense that I thought we were far deeper into it than that.
Intense is definitely the word that I would also use to describe it. While we have seen JuliaDuck definitely in the driver's seat for most of the game, Iron Dragon's been very calculated as well, taking their jabs back when the opportunity arises, and still anybody's game, especially with Elijah stacking up here on this Felios.
Yep, has his Runans. That's a massive power spike for Aphelios.
Yeah, this guy's 2 items here. And JuliaDuck again late here on this rotation for Dragon. They're going to be here for the team fight, though.
Oh, hook lands onto Yeas, but I don't know if it's enough. I'm Candy in the backline trying to do some damage. Vitalize landing another impressive ultimate, but Yeas is just in the enemy line. He's eating a ton of damage, will eventually fall. I'm Candy picking off Where Did We Go as well. Ulti Chest, Dreamlover staying alive throughout all of that. I'm Candy looking for some last-minute damage, but that team fight was most certainly won to the favor of Iron Dragon, and they're going to pick up a dragon for themselves for that effort. That was very well handled, boys and girls.
Yeah, Iron Dragon taking that team fight 1 for 2. 2 for 1, excuse me.
And that puts them on Soul Point.
Yeah, Soul Point, 3 drags despite this 5,000 gold deficit. JuliaDuck really just got way too overconfident in that fight. I feel like they definitely were winning early on, but Yias got picked off on the Aatrox, and then Where Did We Go kind of just face rolled into the rest of the team 1v4. So a little bit of bad team fighting on the side of JuliaDuck, and it'll be Soul Point, as you said, for Iron Dragon here.
Yeah, but Rift Herald will be dropped mid lane, and that's just going to start sieging this down. Ader Mami slightly out of position here, going to lose bits of his jungle to Vitalize, who's being escorted by the support.
Lai Xiaolu now up about 40 CS against Where Do We Go.
I'm Candy picking up some tower gold here down bot lane. Really good rotation on his part.
We do see Yias heading up towards top side, maybe looking to make a play, but he is by himself, so probably nothing's going to happen. One thing to note here is that JuliaDuck has definitely been stagnating a little bit. They do still have a pretty solid goal lead, but Yias and Vitalize have not been able to get quite as much done in the past 5+ minutes as they were doing. So if they're not able to continue to press this lead, Lai Xiaolu might stack up here on this Aphelios, and yeah.
Of note, he is still about... No, in the past, minute, he's almost caught back up in gold to the Draven. Despite Draven's... well, no, never mind. Their records are about the same now.
So there's still 3 minutes left until this crucial Drake spawns in. A little bit of time here. Iron Dragon doesn't have vision control over the deep part of their red side jungle, but those wards will surely time out before it's necessary to head over there.
Iron Dragon also not having any vision on the Baron Pit, really. That could be a mistake. They can see the entrance to it.
Yeah, it would take a pretty sneaky blast cone to get everybody in there, but it is possible. But it is interesting to note that Iron Dragon seems to be prioritizing the vision on the top side here, instead of trying to get early vision control over the drag side. But I guess they just really don't want to have any dealings with Baron for the time being. And they still got a little bit of time to get that vision control down on the bot side. So
Vitalize here in the wings. Hacksaw looking to maybe counter engage him. Lai Xiaolu, yeah, just walking out of that Nami-ult range. Yuis getting hooked, eating some damage here. Probably not enough, but still, it's a good start. Every hit is a hit you don't have to do later.
Lai Xiaolu's doing some real damage already at this point. You see him pretty much 3 or 4 autos and pretty much chunking out Aatrox. He was saying giving him Aphelios was a win condition. He's trying to live up to that in game 1 here.
Thresh Hook goes out, catches the Akali. That's a good pick. But Dream Lover's going to eat a ton of damage for it. Yuis is just in the back line now, but is eventually going to fall. There's the Kindred ult. Ain't Your Mommy needs to stay in there. Oh my god, this is cheeky.
Oh my goodness, Lai Xiaolu just tearing through JuliaDuck.
Yeah, got the triple kill as the Akali leaped far and away only to land onto a turret and eventually dying to the last turret shot. That was massive as the gold lead cuts down to just under 3k.
And nobody on JuliaDuck got on Lai Xiaolu at all or even focused him in that fight. He was able to just sit back and just pump out damage. You see skirmish here. Damage. Oh, nice pillar. But the only thing that really kept that fight from being a complete complete wipe was the Kindred ult, because it bought some time and didn't let Lai Xiaolu just completely shred through some of the members. So Lai Xiaolu definitely just pumping out damage at this point, and it's going to need to be dealt with early on in these fights.
A Kindred pick showing its worth in these team fights is it reduces the burstiness. Speaking of bursting, goodbye Dragon.
Yeah, this time it's Iron Dragon. He's a little bit late on that rotation. They were a little messed up from that failed Baron attempt. Which is pretty unfortunate for the side of them, because they didn't get too much from that team fight other than obviously some gold back, but gonna have to do another one. Gonna have to win another one of those team fights at some point here. And it really comes down to whether Lai Xiaolu is able to stay alive, because someone on the side, JuliaDuck's gonna have to get back there and deal with it, and it's gonna be interesting to see if there's enough peel to thwart any attempt. Thresh obviously provides peel.
Yeah. Speaking of Thresh, I'm kind of surprised that Dreamlover didn't go Knight's Vow this game, just to help protect that win condition in Aphelios. Did go the Zeke's Convergence, though, so there's that. Then he looks like he's building into a Gargoyle Stoneplate.
Yeah, I said
from there,
we don't need the extra defense. We're just going straight for the aggro. Grab the Zeeks. See if it'll pay off for him here. Lai Xiaolu a little bit pushed up, but backs off at the right moment. We'll be perfectly fine. Uh-oh, rotation now into I Am Candy. But he is going to be just fine.
Aphelios picking up his Phantom Dancer here off this back. That's another good power spike for him.
Yeah, Lai Xiaolu's an absolute monster right now. Vitalize still only at 6 kills here. Definitely stagnating. Definitely out of the power spike. Well out of the power spike at this point for Kindred.
Yeah, as we approach like the 30-minute mark, we're past the whole strategy of what JuliaDuck had initially planned of winning the game sub 20 minutes. And now they're going to have to start playing an uphill battle as the opposing team scales much better than they do.
Yeah, it's really just going to come down to whether or not they can get through all of Iron Dragon to get Lai Xiaolu, because if you can't do that, you're not going to win these fights. Definitely looks very comfortable on this champion. Living up to the hype.
Uh-oh, Dreamlover slightly out of position here. Going to get a little bit of damage, but has enough armor at this point to stay alive.
So we see both teams kind of just dancing around, not really being too aggressive. Probably just waiting for 2 minutes here on this dragon to spawn in. Fighting over some wards here and there. Trying to get that vision control.
Ah, yes, the Humble Ward, the greatest piece of League technology. The best objective. Lai Xiaolu putting in the effort to pick off this tower. Dreamlover going to have to step back. Oh, this is a massive Nami ult. That's a lot of damage. Death timer is going to be pretty long. Lai Xiaolu trying to lifesteal his way back into this fight. Kindred ult goes down, but they're getting pushed out of it. Lai Xiaolu staying alive here. Lots of damage coming through. That's one kill picked up for him. Ain't Your Mommy coming up on the front line. Lai Xiaolu popping the long-range Q shot, getting more damage in. This fight is once again turning in favor of Iron Dragon. Great pillar into a great hook, into another great flay. That has to be an hourglass to stay alive, but another day is going to go down. It's not going to happen another day. It's going to happen right now as Iron Dragon shoves their way up to mid lane tier 3 tower. This inhib is going to quickly fall as well. This game is slowly siding out of the hands of Team JuliaDuck as the gold lead is now less than 1,000.
And in that initial engage, JuliaDuck did a great job of getting on top of Lijalu. Where did we go? Chunked him out early on. Yias did a great job of following up, getting on that back line, but they just could not quite take him out. As he was hiding it and lifestealing.
This is very cheeky. Hook lands into a first pick. Nami is dead. Goodbye, Fishy. Vitalize having to run away from his team to stay alive here. Oh, and Dragon's up. They get this pick. That's another Dragon into Soul. That's going to be massive. Blast Cone is stopped. Flash is failed. Things are done. People are dead, and this Dragon's going to quickly follow. As
Vitalize finally being shut down.
Push their advantage. Yeah. Very well done. This Dragon is going to fall super quickly. Not going to have time to stop it. The Dravenhold, as cheeky as it is not enough. That's Cloud Soul claim for Iron Dragon, and this could be the beginning of the end of this game.
Yeah, and just to put some salt in the wound there, the bounty of 700 gold on Vitalize went on to Aphelios. So,
oh god,
things go from bad to worse here for JuliaDuck. Lose Soul, lose 700 extra gold on top of everything, as well as this Baron power play coming up. So, things definitely slipping out of their hands at this point. Iron Dragon looking to mount the comeback. Interesting to see where they decide to push here. Mid inhibitor is down. Probably look to see people pushing topside because that turret is still standing, but we do see them pathing bot here. Hacksaw potentially on that split.
I agree with sending Hacksaw out here to split top lane and then send the rest of the team down bot lane here. Hacksaw's still not quite their strongest member, although he is now starting to finally get some solid stats underneath his belt with a Thornmail pickup into the Black Cleaver. And some more armor on top of that. Definitely looking to stay alive in the face of this Draven and this Kindred. But
Iron Dragon has a 3,000 gold lead.
That's a Baron power play for you right there.
They have mounted the gold lead. Now, we have to be careful here now because we do see I'm Candy still on the bot side. He does have TP available, but would not be Lijalu getting a little bit far up. Needs to be careful.
How many souls does this Thresh have? Only 48.
And no one's rotating bot here. We have Candy able to just free take an inhibitor for absolutely nothing.
That's exactly what you want your Twisted Fate to be doing. As another tower will fall, the team of JuliaDuck not able to rotate nearly as fast. This
now they're failing the rotation
playing together is, yeah, this lack of team play with each other is really starting to show its faults here, as we've passed the sheer level of just mechanics and into a gameplay. Here's our possible final stand. Iron Dragon sieging down the Nexus. Things aren't looking great for our hopefully challengers, as the Nexus is eating a ton of damage and will eventually fall. Ain't Your Mommy landing the last hit for good measure. Gotta get that 50 gold.
So there you have it. Iron Dragon taking down the first game of the summer split of Season 2. In dramatic fashion.
Yeah. Well, they did it last season. They did it during the preseason tournament, and they did it again. They came back saying that we are not going to take anything from anyone, and they just proved it. They faced possibly one of the strongest teams in our league series as far as just sheer MMR rating, and they weathered through the storm. They stood there and took the absolutely aggressive and overbearing early game of Team JuliaDuck, survived it, and turned the game and outscaled them. That's exactly what I was hoping to see from Team Iron Dragon, and that's exactly what they brought to the table.
Yeah, it goes to show again. We were talking about it. JuliaDuck saying that they hadn't played together, and so it really showed in their kind of lack of team play and coordination, as they failed lots of rotations throughout the course of that game, despite having a pretty massive goal lead for a significant portion. Failed several rotations on the Dragon, also failed the rotation there at the end for the inhibitor, and they kind of just crumbled out from underneath them at that point. But despite the loss, definitely was well played early on from JuliaDuck to mount themselves that lead. But you got to give credit to Iron Dragon too. They played slow, they played collective. This is the Iron Dragon that we're used to seeing. They play very methodically, very organized, and very well in team fights, and just play a very strong team oriented game. And it showed here, and they were able to mount this comeback victory. I believe we're going to try to get an interview here with the man himself, Lai Jialu.
As we set that up, I just want to also give props to Yes, as that was an absolutely dominating top lane performance. However, it just kind of fell off towards the late game. Absolutely insane, just 1v1 mechanics on that Aatrox. Very well done. Unfortunately, winning lane doesn't mean winning the game, and JuliaDuck definitely going to need to work on their team play mechanics if they want to take down the powerhouse of Iron Dragon. In the meantime, let's take a quick look at the damage graphs, and much like I expected, Aphelios did the vast majority of it with 34,700 damage. Quickly follow, or not like super far behind though, was the Kindred with 21,045 damage. Not bad at all. Especially for a champion that you don't often see in competitive play. Also, on the note of that Kindred, holy cow, I wish I had that Kindred on most of my games, because those ults were incredibly effective when they were implemented. Keeping the team alive for an extended amount of time and forcing the enemy team to disengage in order to continue with it.
I believe we will have Lai Jialu joining us here in just a moment.
And there he is.
Hello.
The man, the myth himself. How you doing after that game?
Pretty good, but I don't know how I got MVP because I haven't done anything. The majority of the game phase was ran by our mid laner, not me. I just did the damage.
You did do the damage. I really wanted to talk to you specifically because of what you're talking about in the interview, with you saying getting Aphelios is basically a win condition, and you seemed to prove that here, as you were quite destructive in these team fights.
I don't want to be arrogant, but if the game doesn't get ruined after 30 minutes with Aphelios, I think it's like a win proof for the game. I think it's a win proof pick as an ADC.
Well, I've only seen one game of it so far, but I wouldn't argue the point for sure. Also, just in general, that was just a terrific comeback from you guys. You guys stayed cool and collective, despite being down a pretty significant amount of gold there. How do you feel about starting off the season still undefeated as the defending champions?
I mean, like, I'm a newbie in the team, and I'm kind of getting used to it. But it's a fresh start, I'll say. And I don't know how to I don't know how to express this feeling. I just feel great after the comeback and stuff. It
was a terrific game for sure. It had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. Thank you so much for joining us, as we do have to proceed towards the next game. But good luck next week, and GG.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You heard it from the man himself, the legendary Aphelios.
That's got to be like the best humble brag I have ever heard.
Well, what a terrific game to start off Season 2 of the ALS. You couldn't ask for a more dramatic game. And do you have any final thoughts on this one before we head to break?
Well, I'm excited. That was fantastic, and I cannot be more hyped for what's to come. So with that, let's cut to break, get the next game going, and bring more entertainment to our wonderful viewers.
See you guys in a minute.